The gender discrimination, if I may say, is more visible in Turkey or countries like Turkey, because I think Turkey is a very male-dominated country. And it's a bit ironic because in our private space, in our homes, we are very matriarchal. We respect the elder women, but the moment we step into the public zone, it's very patriarchal. So people go through this shift every day. As a result, I think we have very strong female characters, but I don't want to romanticize it because we women, unfortunately, also contribute to the continuity of patriarchy. The way we raise our sons as the sultans in the family, from the first day onwards, we treat our sons differently than our daughters. We contribute to our own problems, yeah? So I don't think patriarchy is, black and white. It's not like, men suppress women, full stop. It's far more complicated than that. And unfortunately, women can be very judgmental towards one another. We have to overcome that by creating networks of sisterhood. I like the word sisterhood and the philosophy behind it. Certainly, women and men are different. And I don't think it is realistic to say we are same. Why should we be same, We're different, but we're equal. Yeah, we're all individuals. So I think the emphasis should be not on sameness, but on equality. And the moment we talk about equality with diversity, we should also recognize the differences among women. So not only between men and women, but among women, we have lots of differences, different talents, different backgrounds, upbringing, all of that. We should put diversity into the picture. I don't like sameness. I think sameness is very dangerous. Sameness creates totalitarian understandings all around the world. So I would rather focus on two things at the same time, diversity and equality, hand in hand. I think empathy for us especially is very, very crucial. And if we cannot develop empathy, the whole world is going to suffer from this, Whole generations will suffer as a result. Because the more you lose empathy, the easier it becomes to wage war, the easier it becomes to hate, the easier it becomes to create the other, and then to fear the other. The fear of the other is a very dangerous thing. It can be manipulated in so many ways, and history is full of examples that shows us how this fear has been manipulated. In order to overcome, I think it's very simple, but we have to see everyone as an individual, not as part of a collective Muslim identity, a collective Christian identity. See it as an individual. Maybe her name is Aisha, or her name is Yael, as an individual, and then empathize with that individual. We have to develop this language of empathy, and I think the only way to do that is via stories and storytelling. Because when you know someone's story, it's easier to feel that person's universe. You don't have to agree with everything that person is doing. I don't mean that. You might still be critical, but understand. Without understanding and without empathy, I don't think there can be true democracy. I don't think there can be true human rights. So even though these things seem to be different, when you say democracy, it sounds very political, or we talk about politics. When you say empathy, it sounds emotional. They cannot be separated from one another, in my opinion. I have a huge faith in particularly international platforms that bring women from very different backgrounds and very different professions, views, upbringings. Because I think at the end of the day, creativity is contagious, It's really, energy is contagious. As human beings, one side of us is very social. When we see someone who inspires us, we are inspired. And there's a beautiful flow of energy. So we need to exchange ideas. We need to hear from people who are different than us. I mentioned it in the conference. I really think, if we're ever going to learn anything in this life, we're going to learn it from people who are different than us, not from people who are exactly like us. So differences teach us. We need that diversity, and we need to build those networks of solidarity and sisterhood. I think women are very much in need of this across the world.